Yo, man! It's Chop It Up podcast. It's your boy Hawk Life, and I'm back with a special interview, part two of a special. For those who keeping track and keeping up to date, they know that I did an interview uh on my guest's podcast, the Wrap It Out podcast, and I'm honored to have the host of the Wrap It Up podcast here with me. Uh, Everybody say what's up to musically. Musically, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, it's good to see you all again. I'm so excited to be here.
Dope, dope. First, the first question is, what brought you into podcasting? What made you want to do podcasting?
Well, the podcast started from boredom. You'd be surprised, but it actually started from boredom. So I needed something to do in the summertime when I was running out of ideas, and so I was starting to think about TV shows, and then I was like, that's stupid because I need a lot of things for that. And then I learned about something that's like similar to TV, which is um called the podcast. Um then I started digging around, um, trying to find out how to start one. It's pretty easy to start one. Then I got a few friends from Rapid, well, one friend to help me start it. And then the podcast was born, and the first episode. After the first episode, everybody was like, I want to be part of this." And after then, the whole podcast came from just wanting to find something to do. And after then, now that it's grown so much, I'm so blessed to have it. Oh, thank you.
I love your story on how podcasting came to you. It kind of came to me like
Yeah.
that too. I tell people it was on the accident because it was not something that I was looking for. I was always musically inclined, but to do the podcast thing wasn't something that was like a dream or nothing like that. But when I realized it was and I was good at it, I was excited to do it. It's something I look forward to doing every time I get up. Side note, before we get any more into questions and get any more into musically's journey, I want to tell everybody out there. I want to tell everybody out there. Thank God it's Friday. Music Fest concert. You've been hearing us talk about this. You've been hearing us talk about this. July 4th. Tune in. It's gonna be live on YouTube. It's also gonna be, I believe, on Anchor. We're gonna try to get it around. Uh, really? Oh, there we go. Stay tuned. You know,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's okay. Thank God it's Friday, man. Tune into that. The Thank God it's Friday Music Fest, July 4th. It's gonna be crazy. We got I believe 34, 33, 30, 30 to 34 performances. It's gonna be a crazy event and you don't wanna miss it.
Yeah,
Um
y'all do.
Absolutely. You do not want to miss it. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. The BRK Nation, y'all been supporting crazy. We're on the road to 1,000. So y'all keep on like, comment, and subscribe because we're moving up. You know I gotta tell you where we at. Where we at right now is 717. So keep pushing the numbers. We're getting there. We're at 3,200 watch time hours. Keep pushing the numbers. We're getting there. Definitely. Make sure you hit that notification. Also, make sure you go on Anchor and follow and support the Wrap It Out podcast. Also, um,
Mom, look at that.
absolutely. What? How has music inspired you? Because I know your podcast is similar to mine, and I interview a lot of independent artists. What made you choose
Yeah.
that road?
Um, well, I gotta kind of go starting from pop music. When I first listened to pop music, it was so amazing from the songwriting to production to how the voices match up with singing. It was amazing. I mean, I loved it. And music has always been a part of my life, so music has always inspired me wherever I go. If I'm feeling sad or upset, music's there and it's carried on throughout my whole entire life. So it's always been there for me for everything that I have going on my life, I go to music. It's natural for me to call on music, and it it's my entire life. Most of my entire life in music, so I love it. And it's inspired me a lot, especially in podcasting and also my songwriting. Whenever a good song comes on, it inspires me to do songwriting. And podcasting itself, yeah.
Yeah. Who would you say you had a lot of guests that came through? Who was some of your favorite interviews? And
Oh my God, this is crazy because I had just had a guest who asked me the same question. Okay, okay. Um, well, I actually have two places I want to say from Rap Pad. One of my favorites is Psycho Puppet. I love Psycho Puppet, and I love Nami. I love Rome, Apollo, King Osiris, Metro. Um, and then from out there, QL, Boomerez, um, Sharita, Thomas. Um, trying to think on the fly, but I cannot remember a lot of them for some reason. I can't think of any, but those are the ones that on top of my head are most favorite that I've done.
what I also love is I see we do a lot of cross guessing with some of our guests, and what I also love to see is those guests getting more and more recognition. What was the mission statement for Wrap It Out the podcast when you started? When you started interviewing independent artists, what was the purpose of your podcast?
Um, well, a lot. I guess to go along with what you said, a lot of little artists they need a lot of help, along with songwriting inspiration and promotion. So my podcast allows that. When they come onto my show, I ask about their life, about their social media links. I ask for all of that so they can get recognition, so they can get better, and so they can really grow as an artist. So yeah.
Did you ever expect Wrap It Out the podcast to be as successful as it is today?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. I would never expect it to be this successful. I mean, I was surprised when people started watching the first episode. Like it was like okay when I first started it. But I never really expected it to get to where it's at. So for my podcast to get here, it's so surprising. It's so amazing.
You know, give us a little background on yourself, like you know what I'm saying, where you're from. You know, let the people kind of know where your origins came from and the
Oh,
background.
okay. Okay. Well, I am currently in Houston, in Texas. And well, I'm trying to remember my intro. Currently in high school. And I love to read. And songwriting came from inspiration from music. And I've been doing songwriting for a very long time. I started songwriting for in pop music when I was in elementary school. Mostly when I was in fifth grade, transitioning to sixth grade, I started to write music. But then when in October 2019, I started to go on to Rap Pad, and when I learned about Rap Pad, found out they write rap music. And I had to do something very hard, which is transition from pop to rap. And so when I did that, it was very difficult because I've never really listened to rap like that. I've only listened to I think one or two artists from rap. That's the only I don't really listen to a lot of rap music.
Yeah.
Um, and in my neighborhood, it was a lot of pop music. A lot of people like pop music, rap music, and sometimes soul, but it was mostly pop that was coming on the radio and people talked about it. But the transition was very hard. But outside of that, it's everything else.
Yeah, tell us about the Thank God It's Friday Music Fest.
Oh, you talk about the music. Okay. Y'all, you do not want to miss that. The music fest. I did not expect me Hawk Life to do it. I mentioned it. Originally gonna be a Christmas concert that got scrapped, and then I mentioned it in a Discord server, and then Hawk Life was like, "Hey man, I saw your little message in the Discord server, and you and I could do like a little collab thing." And I'm like, "Okay." And I remember that he also did a podcast like mine. So we both kind of worked together to make the music fest possible. I'm so excited because I got some of my rap partners out there. You guys know who you are. I got some of my rap partners to perform. I got some of the people I interviewed. Like it's gonna be lit. Hawkeye got some of his friends to do it. Like, like I don't know about you, but I'm excited for what's about to come. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I feel like if it go off the right way, this might be big. Period. Just
Yeah,
viral big. And
yeah.
I can't wait to see it happen. I can't wait to see it go down. And y'all don't want to miss it because we got some extremely talented individuals, dope MCs. But like we said, July 4th, tune in, don't miss out. They got any people out there want to present some of these artists, what I'm saying? Reach out there. We got a form. You have to fill out, go on to the Discord, the TJ, not the TJ, I'm sorry. Fill out, or you can hit one of us on social media and we'll get you a phone. Excuse me, I'm outside today, so that's why y'all hearing all these calls. But definitely the experience working with musically is definitely the experience I wanted as a podcast. I wanted to be able to collaborate with other people and continue to put out dope content, put out what I'm saying, give these artists these platforms that they don't have on the independent scene. So I don't regret it at all. Um, when it comes to this podcast thing and putting these productions together, would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
Absolutely not. It has been a lot for podcasting. I mean, at first I never even heard of a podcast, but now that I know about one, I'm still working hard every day to um, kind of improve on my podcasting. Of course, I'm not an expert at podcasting. I mean, in about a few months, it'll be my 1 year anniversary of the podcast even coming alive. But I never really pictured myself as a podcaster. I've always been a writer for me, and so this new role that I've taken on has changed my life. It has changed it in so many ways, and now that podcasting is now part of my life now, I struggle sometimes. I struggle um, with rescheduling, with finding guests,
Yeah, I understand.
with making sure the environment's good, with questions, and I gotta do with editing. I don't. I'm so embarrassed. I don't edit sometimes. That's bad, and sometimes I have to reschedule multiple times, and sometimes I have background music, and it's a lot, but it's so rewarding. It's
Yeah,
like it's like donating blood or being one of those donors. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's so rewarding.
absolutely. Absolutely. I feel the same way. It is a lot, but it is rewarding at the end of the day. And I was just telling anybody that's out there, they got a dream, be, be give it 180%. If you want to stay dedicated, stay focused. Tough days, they got good days and bad days. Now, with the songwriting thing, how long you been songwriting? And how has the success from that helped you on your musical journey?
Well, talk songwriting. I've been doing it since I was little. I've always loved to write songs. I have notebooks filled and filled of songs that I write, and I couldn't record them, and so I would write, and I love it. I'm so good at writing. I write poems and essays and projects, and that turned into songwriting, and people loved it. When I went on Rap Pad to become a written artist, people replied back by saying like, "Hey, like musically, this is dope, very well written. I love it. This is my favorite song." Stuff like that, and I just felt really happy as a written artist. And my songwriting methods is sort of insane. I don't know if you want to go deep into like songwriting and like how I describe my music, but
Yeah,
that's how the whole songwriting thing started for me. Was it was a while that I started, but it's still very amazing to me, and I still keep grinding, keep going.
absolutely. I had the chance to work with that, and I see how professionally everything is done, and how well we work together and mesh, and we get an understanding. And I know how hard it is to build those relationships with artists. And he's trying to set up an interview, and he's trying to they got to change the time. It's a whole bunch of timing ain't right. Like don't drop my video yet. Drop it in 3 weeks. You know, how do you manage the tedious aspect of podcasting?
Huh? What?
How do you manage the tedious parts of podcasting, the stuff behind
Oh,
the scenes?
well, for scheduling, I have a notebook because I don't have online, so I use notebooks and I message people in social media or Wattpad or Discord or email, and I get that flowing. And then I got the whole server to set it up, and I also have Zoom to set up where we do it, and I have questions prepared for myself. So I ask them. And sometimes I have my co-host come in and help me um, do that and to make it more lively and make it more fun, exciting for the whole conversation. And it's a lot. I mean, I have to go into getting people for editing as well. And the promotion I do myself, I set up an Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I set up all of that. It took me forever to do that. And promoting around my podcast and getting big artists to come on. I mean, it's a lot to manage, a lot to do, but as I said before, it's very rewarding.
Yeah, it's definitely rewarding. It is a lot to do, and it like I've been doing this thing. He like you said, he coming up on his year anniversary. I am also coming up on my 1 year anniversary, which will be June, I think it's June the 20th or something like that. June 20th, July, something like that. When I first started doing the podcast, but it's been almost. Yeah, I have to go back. It was just sad because I be doing so much, so now I got to go back and see specifically the date. But I'm pretty sure it's July or June, and that's coming up. It's been a crazy experience for me. I know it's been a crazy experience for musically. Um, Let the people know where they can find the podcast, where they can find you, your links.
Oh, you want me to get those verbally? Okay. Um, well, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They're all on Rapid Off Podcast. You can literally Google it and we pop up Instagram, Rapid Off Podcast, Rapid Off Podcast for Twitter and for Facebook. It's the same thing, Rapid Out. Um, and then I also have my website, pod page, the Google pod page, Rapid Out, and also you can put anchor.fm/musically zero, and the whole thing comes up with links and just a place to listen to. And my podcast is also on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Audible, Spotify, and it's a lot of them that I'm on.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all follow musically on all platforms. Wrap it out on all platforms. Like we said before, July 4th be in the building. Y'all know before I get out of here. First, I want to say a special thank you to my guest musically for being in the building. Uh, as a songwriter, before we get out of here though, as a songwriter, who are the top 5 artists that influence you influence your writing?
Okay. I want to say firstly Bruno Mars because I love Bruno Mars. I love him. He's my favorite. Um, and let me see. Um, Golly, I'm trying to find my top five. Stevie Wonder. I love Stevie Wonder. Maroon Five. I love Maroon Five. Um, let me see. Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry if I'm saying that, so it's embarrassing, but I love Nicki Minaj. I love her flow and her rhythm and energy in her raps. I love it. And I'm trying to see. And then this is all going around Eminem. I love Eminem. And Eminem, I started listening to him a while back because I have to kind of get into my rap roots. And him and Nicki kind of helped me get into my rap roots. So shout out to them for doing that, and Bruno and Stevie Wonder and Maroon Five. I love them. Those three my favorite pop and those two my rap ones. Pop and rap is my favorite. Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all know, man. Before we get out here, let's kick y'all off with a dope freestyle. Like I said, once again, special thank you to my guests musically for being in the building. Thank him for collabing with me, man. Like I said, tune into our concert, man. It's gonna be big for disco. It's gonna be big for independent artists everywhere, man. And if it's a big success, we're gonna definitely do this again next year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So definitely do that, man. I gotta kick y'all off with a dope freestyle. Look, I'm outside today. I'm in the trenches, dirty project bitches, but I'm winning. They say he mean, but I'm friendly. European, but I ain't driving the Bentley. Maseratis, all these different things. See him with the new whips and new chains, but that don't mean a thing if you lose your soul. The truth be told, that bleach is old. I'm trying to give you the vivid picture. Hope you see it from my view. Your view foggy. Get a clear view. You know what I'm saying? These roasters move like mildew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real talk. Chop it up the podcast, man. It's your boy Hawk Life. You know what I'm saying? Special thank you again to my special guest today and the guy that's helping. We're helping each other put this project together. Like we said before, and I'm gonna say it again, July 4th. Make sure you pull up and tune in. It's going crazy, man. This Chop It Up podcast. Make sure you check out Rap It Out. You know what I'm saying? From Rap It Out to the Chop It Up podcast. Make sure you check out my interview on his channel. On his channel and on his anchor. Wherever Rap It Out at. Make sure you check it out because it's probably gonna be dropping soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't in no rush. When we drop these things, it's gonna be crazy. It's the collab they ain't see coming. It's coming though. You know what I'm saying? Chop It Up the podcast. It's your boy Hawk. Like chop it up. Let's talk.